Hey everybody, it's John Schumacher here with NewWaveHealthcare.com, and in this tutorial I wanted to share with you all some of the key features of Webinar Jam as far as setting it up and what you can do with it. My partner Michael and I have been using this for the last few months and have had a lot of great success getting more opt-ins on our website, getting more web traffic, and certainly increasing more clients to our consulting and marketing business. So it's been a great tool. If you're not hosting live webinars, I highly suggest that you use this tool. It's one of the more cost-effective ways to do webinars, as it's much less expensive than GoToWebinar and other tools like that. So if you're interested in picking it up, I did link up my affiliate link below. I'll also have the link listed on the bottom of the right-hand side of the screen. So if you're interested in picking that up, would much appreciate it. So let's get started. So the first thing you do is once you log into Webinar Jam, this is what you're going to see. It's sort of their dashboard area. And as I walk you through kind of the key things to pay attention to here, we'll highlight some of the features also. So the first thing you need to look at is where to get your links. So these are it'll start with my webinars. So we've done 5 recently here. And so there's my webinars, which will list all of your past webinars and also some of your any up and coming ones. Like we have one right here that's up and coming on July 24th. You can start a new webinar here, and we'll go through some of these features here in a moment. You have analytics. They give you a lot of really nice analytics, and they have really nice training videos too. So it's a really nice platform for getting set up. So let's go ahead and show you where you get your links. So if you're familiar with Hangouts, and I'm going to go ahead and assume that you are, you're going to wonder, well, how do I enter the Hangout or how do I start the Hangout using Webinar Jam? So what you're going to do is after you've set up your webinar, which I'll show you how to do in a moment, you're going to get your links right here. Here's your links page. Again, they have a video tutorial that's really helpful up here. But the main 2 links to watch out for are the webinar registration link here, which is this guy, and the super admin link here, which is that one. Those are the 2 ones you're going to worry about. This top one, the webinar registration link, is the one that you will share with your following, like anybody who wants to register as an attendee of your webinar. So if I take that one, let me just show you what the page looks like here. If people click on it, they'll be taken to an opt-in page for your webinar. So this is one of our opt-in pages we've set up for our webinar next week. The super admin link right here is what you will use to enter the Hangout as the super admin. So if this is your account, if this is your Webinar Jam product that you're using, you're going to be the super admin. And so when it's time to go to the actual Hangout and start the presentation or set up before the presentation, this is the link you're going to use right here. So what I do is I just copy that link, open a new browser in Chrome. I'd recommend Chrome, paste it, and then you hit enter, and it'll automatically open up the Hangout on Air and take you to the specific spot that you need to go in order to be in the webinar. So those are the 2 main links. As far as starting a new webinar, we're going to go through these tabs one by one, and we're going to do that through our already set up webinar, so I can give you more details that way. So let me go ahead and go to one of our webinars that we've already set up. So you can come over here to Actions. If you ever need to change anything, you can hit Edit. If you're going to do a new webinar and you want to keep many of the same settings, Clone works really well. So let's go to Edit. And so as you can see, these tabs right here are going to be the same tabs as are in the new webinar setting. So you can just once you're starting a new webinar, just go here. These same tabs will pop up, and let me show you how to go through those. So there's many tutorials, so I would recommend taking the time to watch the videos. But once you're ready, these tabs work top to bottom. So we always start with the general setting. Of course, we want it most of the time. We're going to want it in English, and this is where you're going to actually name your webinar, give it a title, and a description. And many of those items will be what comes onto your registration page. Once you've done those things, you want to schedule a time. Most of the time you're not going to be doing it right now. It's going to be scheduled into the future, so you fill that in here. And this is where you will add in your contact information. And so if this is your program, if you're setting up the actual Webinar Jam through your program, you will be admin number 1, and you will be the super admin right here where it says click, will this be the super admin? You will be the super admin automatically on the Webinar Jam webinar, which means that you're going to be the one who's using the super admin link to access the webinar. You're going to be the one controlling the blue box during the webinar, and you're going to be the one kind of running the show, so to speak, and setting it up. These other folks here are your admins. Now, these are the people that will be participating on the Hangout on air. So you can see my good friend Michael Bloom here has his name and his Gmail right here, and he is an admin, an active speaker. So for anybody that you want to have be an active speaker on your actual webinar, they do have to have a Gmail. Unfortunately, that's one limiting factor for Webinar Jam, is that anybody who's a speaker, a participant on the actual webinar, has to have a Gmail, and it has to be plugged in to this area here. Otherwise, they simply can't participate, and that's, to my knowledge, all that can be done. So that is one limitation there. Most people have a Gmail. It's not a huge barrier, but if not, they may have to sign up for a Gmail real quick and give that to you, because once this is published, a link will be sent to them, and that's how they'll actually access the webinar to participate. So that's the general section. Registration pages. You can see that they have several templates that you can use to set up your registration page. Some of these you can use theirs. I just recommend using some of theirs. This is the one that we used. You can do a custom template, like a lead page, if you want. So you can just go over to custom design, load a page, click load page, and then you can put in a URL or something like that to an actual opt-in page. We just use theirs, and it's worked fine. Pay to register. You can charge people to attend your webinars. We don't do that. We do it for free, but you can click charge for webinar and put in your checkout information and all of those things here, as far as like a payment checkout URL or something. If you're going to use PayPal or some other shopping cart, you can do that. Notifications. This is where you'll send out your email notifications. So one of the features of Webinar Jam is that you can create sort of this email notification capsule around your Hangout, around your webinar, and you can do this directly on their system. So what you do is you fill these in, and like your welcome email, so when someone signs in, they can get this. They can get a last minute email here, and that reminds them that hey, there's a webinar starting. And also a pre-webinar notification period that you can set a certain time frame ahead of the webinar. We usually do it the day ahead, and then we'll do it an hour. So we can set a couple of those. You can set up as many as you want. It wouldn't bug your people too much, but at least one nice gentle reminder a day ahead, and then maybe an hour ahead or something like that. And then also you can have a post-webinar notification, which will send them to a replay. So we have it set up to where 3 hours after our live show, our live webinar, they are emailed automatically with the system of the recording. So that's that. And let's see, what else? Integrations. So this is where you will integrate your opt-in pages in Webinar Jam with your autoresponder service. So we use Aweber. You can use any of these down in here to hook up your email service, your autoresponder service, to Webinar Jam, and you'll just simply paste the code, this code right here, this big old long ugly code, will actually be pasted right there. So in your autoresponder, you should be able to go in to where the code is for your opt-in box, and grab the code, the HTML code, and come over to Webinar Jam and put it right in there. So all of them should have that feature. It shouldn't be a problem. As far as integrating with a third party, you can. One of the things we'll do with this is, and I just set this up a couple days ago, is to integrate with Facebook. So if you're doing any kind of targeting campaign with Facebook advertising, you can set up a conversion tracking here, or even a retargeting for those who visited the site and then went away. You can start advertising to them. So Facebook you can walk you through this. Webinar Jam does have a video as far as where you get this code from your Facebook ads conversion tracking program, and you'll just put the code in there and say where you want to track. So when people go to our registration page, they're tracked, and when people register, we have a conversion pixel on our thank you page. And that's how we use that. Here is our thank you page. You're welcome to put a custom video on it, text message. Here's a preview of what they look like kind of generically. We haven't set anything up like that yet on ours. So here's the thank you page. So once somebody registers for your webinar, they are taken here, the name of the webinar, people presenters, the time, and then their link to join us to attend the webinar. So they won't be on the Hangout, they'll be attending and watching. They can also add it to their calendars and things like that. Countdown page. So if someone happens to come early to your Hangout, let me see if that pulls up. This is the page they'll see. Whoops, you're too early. We haven't started yet. And there's the timer and everything else like that. It's kind of a general setup. Again, I think you can use a video saying, hey guys, you're early, or whatever you want to do there. We haven't set that up yet. The Live tab allows you to set things up in a pre-recorded manner. So it enables you to configure polls, pre-configure offers. So if you wanted to put some kind of an offer together and have it conceived or pre-configured, you can do that here. And also your social media displays and everything like that. So it's pretty cool. You can put together polls ahead of time or put together offers. We haven't done that yet. We usually just offer things live, but you have that option. Replay page. Offer the replay page right here to your users. We do that, and we actually send the recorded copy. We don't send any other pre-recorded videos or anything like that. And we don't have it expire, but you can have it expire if you'd like. So you can put a little heat on people to get that. And finally, the miscellaneous area. This is the only thing that you can do here, I believe, is to have your affiliate link. So we have my affiliate link here for Webinar Jam, and that shows up down in here. So when you're hosting your live webinar, or on the registration pages or anything, if someone says, oh, this is kind of neat, wonder how you do that, and they come down here and click on that, that'll be taken to the Webinar Jam website through my affiliate link. So that's also here, and that'll also be on the live platform as well. And once you're all set there, you simply publish the webinar, and that'll set everything up. That'll give you your links. And then once you're ready to send out your links to your admins. Now remember, in the general area, we had those people set up, let me go back there real quick, as admins. So this is you, if this is your webinar program. This is your admins, people that are going to be on the webinar with you. That's why they need a Gmail. Those are the people that are going to get links to access the webinar when you hit this button. So you have to manually do that. If you don't do that, it won't send them a link. They'll be calling you wondering, oh, or I didn't get my link. So you have to manually send out those links. And so that's it. That's the setup. Again, these same tiles are in the new webinar section here. The analytics, you can play with those. They have some really nice analytics on number of page views versus opt-ins, conversion rates, things like that. Pretty neat, and some nice training. So that's Webinar Jam. That's the major features of it. I hope this was helpful. Again, my name is John Schumacher with NewWaveHealthcare.com. If you're interested in purchasing Webinar Jam, check out my link below and on this video. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I look forward to chatting with you.